How's it going, mice? Give me the Ohio race gap segment, boys!
Stop the cringe. Oh, and hi guys!
Today, we're continuing our video series about a hypothetical Mario Kart 9. Now that it's officially coming soon, we must get on with it faster. Today, we're gonna talk about the battle mode. I'll talk a bit about the battle modes, but the meat and potatoes of this video are gonna be the battle courses, retro and nitro.
Meat and potatoes.
So without further ado, let's go! So for starters, we were getting 4 of the modes we already had in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe: Balloon Battle, Coin Runners, Shine Thieves, and Renegade Roundup. However, Balloon Battle has 2 sub-modes. You can play its core-based version, which is like the one in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or the elimination-based version, which is basically what this mode was before Mario Kart Wii. I removed Bob-omb Blast because now that we have custom items in Mario Kart, it wouldn't really make sense to keep it, as it's not really much more than Balloon Battle with just Bob-ombs, and I kinda feel like it's a wasted slot. Then, I also brought Shine Runners back. You know, this Mario Kart DS mode where we collect shine sprites, and each time the timer goes out, the players with the least amount of shine sprites gets eliminated. Since we also have Shine Thief, I rebranded Shine Runners as Star Frenzy. As you probably understood, you collect stars instead of shine sprites. Finally, I added one mode, Piranha Plant Invasion. It's a zombie minigame. There are from 1 to 4 players who are Piranha Plant zombies at start, and from 7 to 12 non-zombies. The zombie team must infect all the players by biting them, just like the players with Piranha Plants do in Renegade Roundup. And if all the players are infected before time's up, the zombie team wins. Otherwise, the survivor team wins.
Really? You said Survivor even though it's a freaking Mario Kart game? Bro thinks it's Resident Evil.
Now, let's get to the battle courses. So I'm gonna be simple here. I think we could have more battle courses than usual, and I figured out 16 was the perfect number. It allows us to have the same amount of retro and nitro battle courses, and then, since it's a multiple of 8, each previous Mario Kart game gets to have one battle course in its retro selection. Speaking of it, let's get to the retro battle courses.
Guess we better unblock the situation!
So for the first battle course in this retro selection, we're gonna have something simple. And I didn't have to hesitate for a long time to know which would be the retro selection opener. You see, Block Fort from Mario Kart 64 is easily the most popular battle course in the whole series, but what many people forget is that this battle course has 2 sequels: Block City in Mario Kart Double Dash, then Block Plaza in Mario Kart Wii. And since we're obviously not having one more battle course like this in the Nitro battle course selection due to this theme still kind of being generic, I still thought it would be cool to bring one of those back. Block Plaza may be more ambitious than unique, but I gotta remind you that no Mario Kart Wii battle course got remade in any other Mario Kart game, so I doubt it'll make the fans happy to see one of its most generic battle courses being the first one to be remade. This is why I chose Block City, since most of the fan favorites from Double Dash have already been remade, including Pipe Plaza in Mario Kart DS, and Total Kart is quite divisive to say the least, while Nintendo GameCube is a bit too generic. Block City, on the other hand, is also mundane, but it has a lot of potential for a glow-up, especially if we try to add some elevation to the track, because frankly, this square layout just isn't the most creative thing you can come up with.
But come on, Rigaboom, they have it square!
Oh, so you got CSB Cutie?
CSB Cutie.
Compulsive SpongeBob Quoting Disorder. I have that too, don't worry. For example, this theme may be basic, but we could fix it by having the course live up to its name and have an actual urban theme. Maybe we could add a river flowing around the track, and around this river you can see a lot of giant buildings. Meanwhile, the block obstacles would actually be urban infrastructures. This green building could be a rooftop park, and you can go on it with a small slope. On this rooftop, there is a small patch of off-road grass with a tree. The blue building could be a blocky skyscraper. You can also climb it, and on top of it, there is a giant antenna that is just a wall for the players. Meanwhile, the red building would be an apartment.
Oh no, I've got that K-pop song stuck in my head again.
Well, try not to sing it, I don't want to get copyright struck. So in this apartment, you have a table and chairs to avoid. Two open doors allow you to enter it, and you can either jump on the green building by this window or jump on the yellow infrastructure by that window. Speaking of the yellow building, you can go under it at your will, but to go on top of it, you must jump from the red building's eastern window. I think that would make a game of battle mode on Block City much more hectic and fun, with more varied gimmicks and more place to strategize, while giving this course a better theming as well. Also, I gotta talk about the main mechanic of Mario Kart 9, the Wonder Flower effect. On tracks, it activated and changed the gameplay on the final lap. For the battle mode, it instead hits either on the final 1 to 2 minutes, depending on the length if the game is timed, or when only 2 people are standing in case of an elimination game. For this course's Wonder Effect, I can imagine blocks progressively falling on the track, and digging more and more holes you have to avoid.
You're a Phoebe! And you're a Frisbee!
Mario Kart 7's battle mode was quite underwhelming. It only had 6 battle courses, 3 new maps and 3 retro maps. As a result, given that Woohoo Town was remade in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, our 2 only choices are Sherbet Rink and Honeybee Hive. And since Sherbet Rink is rather hated by fans, Honeybee Hive would be a much better choice. Plus, it's already a battle course with a lot of different things going on, from puddles of honey to the void to bees attacking you. In a way, it's an improved version of Twilight House, with different gimmicks in each room, and a more unique shape as well.
Also, can somebody explain why the French name of this battle map literally translates to Dawn House?
You know what, I'm just gonna reuse this Dawn clip. But I still found a way to make this battle course even better. Imagine if in 2 of the rooms there were some hive-shaped holes in the ground. If you go into them, you enter a new room in this battle course. It has some opportunities to fall off, but also another fan that can blow you up like the pipe at the center of the original map. Perfect to throw your opponents in a mode like Renegade Roundup or my new Piranha Plant Invasion mode. Apart from that, the only other change is the scenery in the background. Since one of my Nitro tracks is based off Honey Hive Galaxy, I think it would be cool if you could see a part of it in the background, along with a floating island with a giant tree. For the Wonder Flower effect, I think I've reused the one in the Honey Hive Galaxy track I made. A bee swarm starts chasing the players, and these are all the changes I'd make to Honeybee Hive. Honestly, I didn't change this one very much, but it really doesn't mean it at all. It just goes to show how great this map is. But I'd still change the music, because it's really soulless and doesn't fit the theme really well. It would be much cooler if the new music was something like the one that plays in that one Honeycomb level in Sonic Lost World, because it would just fit perfectly.
What's the matter, guys? No fishes?
I gotta say that the SNES battle courses were really not treated very well until now in retro battle selections. The 2 battle courses from that game that were remade were Battle Course 4 in Mario Kart Wii and Battle Course 1 in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. In other words, the 2 SNES battle courses with the most generic themes. Meanwhile, Battle Course 2 and Battle Course 3, which both have much more interesting themes, aka respectively a beach and an icy lake, got shafted. Even though Battle Course 2 has very intricate layouts that is easily the most interesting one in Super Mario Kart's battle mode, and Battle Course 3 has the infamous icebox. But I've decided to go with Battle Course 2, because Battle Course 3 is based off of the Vanilla Lakes, 2 very hated tracks. Plus, Battle Course 2 could go very hard with underwater driving. So Battle Course 2 it is. And since this name kinda sucks, I think it can be renamed to Koopa Troopa Cove, as this course is originally based off of the Koopa Beach tracks. Then, I think it would be really cool if you could see the GBA Cheep Cheep Island and my Nitro track based off of Waluigi's Island in the background. For the layout, this battle course would actually have 2 layers, one on the main island and an underwater layer. Everyone would start the battle on the main island. However, the walls around the portals are also removed, because if you fall in them, you go underwater. On the center of the island, there would also be a patch of grass and a palm tree. The potholes are also partly surrounded with jump pads that allow you to jump over them.
That's kinda horny, man.
Or you just have a dirty mind, maybe. Regardless, under the water, there is a rock in the middle, and on each side of this cave, 4 holes are here too. If you roll over them too, you get pushed high on the main island. 4 of the potholes also have slopes that allow you to go from the lower level to the higher level easily and more smoothly. The music would also be changed. Maybe it could be a remix of the music that plays in GBA Cheap Cheap Island, since this track would also get a remake in my retro selection. For the Wonder Flower effect, a giant moray starts attacking the track, jumping from pothole to pothole. No, Rookie, you can't make a sexist joke. This battle course could easily become one of the most hectic and fun ones in the game with all the potholes and 2 different levels on the map. I'd be so happy if we got this.
But NIE said it had pie in it!
Next is my favorite battle mode in the whole Mario Kart series, the Mario Kart DS battle mode. This one only gave us 4 battle maps, but they're all top notch, and it also had 2 amazing retro battle maps and great gameplay on top of that. Since Twilight House and Palm Shore were also remade in Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7 respectively, this leaves us with either a Nintendo DS or Tart Top. And you may be surprised by this, but I'm gonna choose Tart Top. It may be a pretty hated map, but in terms of layout, it's still a bit more interesting than Nintendo DS, which is not much more than 2 interconnected rectangles. An unpopular opinion, but I actually love this map. It's my second favorite Nitro Mario Kart DS battle map, behind Dawn House of course.
Dawn House?
No, missed his gym.
Not gonna lie, this would make a pretty cool battle course with this aquarium plus swimming pool theme.
Yeah, but we already have an aquarium track in the Nitro section, so not this time. This map has a surprisingly high amount of different gimmicks allowing you to pull off various strategies. It has meringue obstacles that cover your screen with whipped cream, a giant jump ramp that allows you to get items, and overall, a better theme than Nintendo DS. Plus, with Wii U Sweet Sweet Canyon being in my retro selection, Tart Top could almost be present in the background, while you could see Sweet Sweet Canyon while battling on Tart Top as well, and maybe even SNES Choco Island 1 in the distance. And even then, there are a lot of ways to make this battle course more interesting. First, I added half pipes all around the map that you can trick off to get items. I also added 2 colored candy puffs. If you stay in them, you can hide here for a couple of seconds and maybe surprise your opponent. That could allow for very chaotic situations in Renegade Roundup or Piranha Plant Invasion. Then, I also added a chocolate river flowing through the battle course. It would go through the center of the map, meaning the only way to go from one half of it to the other is by jumping over it with the circular ramp or using the half pipes. For the Wonder Flower effect, I could easily see a chocolate tsunami engulfing the Todd, which adds more off-road, creates 2 more chocolate rivers on the track, and makes some chocolate meteorites fall on the track as well.
Prepare for trouble!
Make it double!
Now for the N64 battle maps. So I saw a surprisingly high amount of people who think that Nintendo should bring back the fan favorite Block Fort for Mario Kart 9, and I can't say that it doesn't make sense. Block Fort is one of the most popular battle maps in the whole franchise thanks to its complex and interesting layout. There's only one problem though, it was already remade in Mario Kart DS, and since we're only giving each previous game one battle course in our Mario Kart 9 base game, I wanted to stick to battle courses that were never remade before, whereas the retro tracks, each game got 3 tracks, so this forced me to do some double dipping. And there's only one N64 battle course that was never remade, Double Deck. It's a shame, because in spite of its simplistic theme, this battle course is actually really fun to play on. It has 3 different levels of height, you can navigate through them easily by going through some slopes. And with this, I think the hotel theme fits this battle course really well. For example, you could start the battle in the entry corridor. Here, there are 2 reception desks that serve as obstacles. On the north of this battle map, there is also a bathroom. Here, there are some puddles of water that slow you down and restroom doors to avoid. No, Rookie, you can't make a Vivian joke.
Ah.
In the center of the lowest level, there is an outdoor room. In the middle of this room, you can find a swimming pool. You can either go in to hide underwater or trick off the edges of this pool to jump on the floaty pool toy. Then, you can also climb those slopes in the swimming pool room to go to the second level of the battle course. Here, there is a giant corridor surrounded by the closed hotel room doors. You must be careful in this spot, because there is a charging Chuck in charge of cleaning this room who keeps going around the whole room with a wagon full of cleaning supplies that stops you if you hit it. Then, if you climb those metal slopes, you can go on the hotel's rooftop to access a rooftop restaurant. Here, there are tables and chairs to avoid and bridges above the swimming pool. You must be careful on these bridges because there aren't any walls, so if you fall off, you directly fall into the pool. For the Wonder Flower effect, I could easily imagine an earthquake hitting the track and regularly changing the locations of the slopes. This remake could be an amazing way to make Double Deck famous again.
Charizard is a dragon-type Pokemon!
Okay, this is going to be a bit shorter. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had 5 battle courses, so this time we should proceed by elimination. Urchin Underpass is a crossover battle course, and I don't believe we're getting it if we're not getting the Inkings or Splatoon track in the next game, and I didn't put either of those in the character roster or in my Nitro track selection, so that rolls it out. Battle Stadium's theme is too generic, plus I already have another stadium-based retro battle course later on in my retro section, so this one can't be here either. Sweet Sweet Kingdom's theme, meanwhile, would clash with Tart Top, especially since I planned that you would be able to see Sweet Sweet Canyon from the aforementioned battle course. Lunar Colony seems to be a pretty divisive battle map from what I've seen. Plus, I also have a space-themed Nitro battle course idea, so once again, it rolls it out. This leaves us with only Dragon Palace. This course has it all. It has a unique theme that you wouldn't see anywhere else in this battle course selection, a pretty complex layout, and it's generally popular among fans. We just have to imagine the Wonder Flower effect, and I think it would be pretty cool if this one turns the battle course into a fire map based around Fire Cobblegut, as a cool nod to the course Dragon Driftway that was based off of the basic Cobblegut from Super Mario Galaxy 2. Oh, and for the ones in the back saying,
"But you forgot the original Mario Kart 8 battle maps for the Wii U."
no, you don't get to make me add one of those to my Mario Kart 9. Seriously, this battle mode sucks so bad that originally in the script, I accidentally wrote Wii U Dragon Palace instead of Switch Dragon Palace. We don't talk about the tour battle mode.
Oh, no, 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 no!
I think you saw this one coming. I mean, everything points to it being remade in the next game. Mario Kart Wii's battle mode had a lot of popular battle courses, but all of them still have yet to get a remake. And Funky Stadium is probably the most popular battle course of all time, perhaps even more than N64 Blockfort. It's not hard to see why. It has a skateboard arena theme that's never been seen anywhere else in the Mario Kart franchise. It's themed around Funky Kong, a character who became popular in Mario Kart Wii thanks to how ridiculously OP he was. It also has very fun layout, with a lot of half-pipes and ramps to trick on, along with a starting line where you literally jump in the arena, which goes super hard in its own right. It's easy to understand why literally everyone wants this battle course to be remade in the next game, especially since most people dislike the Mario Kart Wii battle mode gameplay, so it's even more obvious that it should be remade. It's literally a fan favorite battle course trapped in a battle mode that people dislike. Of course we gotta put it in a better battle mode for it to shine in its whole glory.
Yeah, shine. Bro wants to be Chef Rias so badly.
And this and the next retro battle course will be unlockable. I think it will make sense if to unlock Funky Stadium, you had to complete the first 3 Retro Cups in the game, given that I made 6 Retro Cups and 6 Nitro Cups. That way, people would be even more satisfied with winning the 3rd Retro Cup, saying that they unlocked what is likely to be one of their favorite battle courses, reimagined with Mario Kart 9's gimmicks. On 2 of the edges of the battle course, I added 180 degrees metal ramps that lead to 2 half-pipes and can be taken on both both sides. On the other two edges, there are similar ramps, except that these can only be able by tricking off the half-pipes. They lead to a guide ramp, and if you guide from here, you can trick off two mushrooms that I placed on the center of the battle course. For the Wonderflower effect, Funky Kong's banana trucks break into the stadium and start touring it. They throw bananas everywhere on the track, but also coins if you're playing coin runners. They also charge towards the players and can be used as platforms.
The river of lava.
For the GBA battle courses, we had two choices. It was either Battle Course 4 with its desert theme or Battle Course 2, which takes place in Bowser's Castle. You might be surprised with my choice, because I chose Battle Course 2. Even though many people genuinely want Battle Course 4 back, one of my Nitro Battle courses is gonna be themed around an Egyptian desert, and since Battle Course 4 is also an Egyptian desert, they would clash together. Battle Course 2, on the other hand, has a very unique theme, as it's the only battle course to be themed around Bowser's castle to ever exist. So I think it would go really hard with a glow up. And it's actually gonna be a bit of a peculiar remake, because this battle course has a secret. Its original version looked like this, but due to the layout kind of looking like a Nazi sign, it got changed in the international version. Since the two versions of this battle course are kind of same but different, I think combining them into one battle map could work really well. Also, since once again Battle Course 2 is kind of a game name, I think it would be logical if this one could be renamed to Bowser's Fortress. I think that instead of being inside a castle, this battle course would be outside of a ruined castle, on a destroyed tower circling a giant volcano. And the whole battle course would be anti-gravity, to make it feel more grand, since this is the last retro battle course after all, and you unlock it by completing all the retro cups. There are ramps separating the square wall into 4 parts, and you can only jump above the lava in one way by taking those ramps. Meanwhile, the volcano is accessible from 2 patches of rocky road located near the ending spots for ramps, and on the edges that don't have patches for this rocky road, there are instead 2 ramps that allow you to jump from the volcano to the wall, but you can't take those the other way around. The volcano consists of a hole with a platform above lava that keeps shaking, and this hole is surrounded by 4 roads. Each of the roads had a ramp in the middle that you can take both ways around, even though 2 of them end with a one-sided ramp. And for the Wonderflower effect, the volcano erupts. Lava comets fall on the wall, making the roads tighter. The volcano also starts spinning, making it harder to navigate through the map. This would be a perfect go-up from GBA Battle Course 2, and if we were to get a remake like this, I can totally see it become a fan favorite like the SNES Bowser Castle 3 remake became in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now on to the Nitro Battle Courses. Now, what always kind of bugged me with the battle courses was how little the developers actually care about their themes sometimes. For example, all the block battle courses, or others like Double Deck, Palm Shore, or even Sherbet Rink, have pretty forgettable themes. This isn't always the case though. Skyscraper from Mario Kart 64 has a great urban theme with an incredible, almost psychedelic atmosphere. Woohoo Town has a lot of nice references to Wii Sports Resort, and all the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe battle courses really did their best to alleviate those issues, even though the Nitro battle courses from this game are mostly based on racetracks you already find in the racetrack section. So for Mario Kart's 9 battle courses, I'm gonna try to continue in this direction.
Tree powers activate!
I think that for the simplest Nitro battle track in the game, having a forested theme would work really well. We don't really have that many battle courses themed around the mere theme of forest and trees, so I think a battle course taking place in a giant tree could go pretty hard. The arena has 2 levels of height. The first one mainly has a floor circling a giant hole. On the north side of the arena, there are stairs to the left and to the right to get on other wooden platforms. They are connected by a bridge that passes over the big hole. When you go on the section that's exposed to the wind, you can trick off the air currents that are blowing through this hole. There is also a big log platform on the north of the arena connected by 2 wooden slopes, and on the south of the arena you can enter anti-gravity corridors on both sides that converge into one dark wooden room. This room has a glider ramp that can send you all the way to the log platform on the north if you trick off the air currents, while the wings also fly all over the place to hinder you if you try to glide.
This battle course looks like...
Shh, it's not a Bayashi TV video. For the Wonderflower effect, I can imagine the whole base of the arena spinning constantly, like the gears on TikTok clock, to make the battle course harder to navigate through.
I voiced that I'd make a good model.
It always made me a bit sad that Birdo never got a track or a battle map for her in Mario Kart, because with her general personality, there's a lot of potential for her to get a fan favorite in the series. So I think it's about time for a change. And I think that the best theme for a Birdo battle map would obviously be a modeling runway. Her whole personality is about fashion and beauty after all. And we never got a track nor a battle map based off of a modeling runway in the Mario Kart series, so this battle course would also be unique since we never saw this theme before. However, since the runway isn't generally that big from what I've seen, this will be a simpler battle course. I could imagine the center of the arena being the runway, with a path and anti-gravity to circle the door in the south bit, a bowl-shaped hole with half-pipes in the middle, and a bridge that leads to the scene. On the scene, there are 2 glider ramps on the left and on the right that leads to color water geysers, then to cubes. From here, you can either jump to the middle of the runway or jump to another path leading to the south of it. The middle of the runway also has 2 glider ramps leading to anti-gravity paths. For the Wonderflower effect, the Mario enemies will start doing a fashion show and attacking the track with their beauty moves.
8-bit, 4-bit, 2-bit!
Piranha Plant Slide is the first track in Mario Kart 7 Star Cup. It takes place in a sewer inspired by the underground levels in the original Super Mario Bros. Game. It came back in Mario Kart 8 as the second track in the Lightning Cup. This version is the most popular one, and I agree that it's a really good remake, but there is just something special about the original version that was not replicated in the Mario Kart 8 version.
And what about the tournament?
That doesn't count. The original version had a cartoony art style with colors that really pop out and remind you of older Mario games on the NES, blue lights in the sewers, and blue Goombas. It really feels like you're in a replica of the original Super Mario Bros. Game, especially with some other key elements, like the walls looking like the ones you find in World 8 in this game, the music having some melodies from it, or even floating blocks that you can use as platforms. And I think it would be great to have a battle course with a similar theme. The map would be cut in 5 levels of height. The highest one is a big rocky plateau. It has cardboard piranha plants that keep coming out of the pipe. 2 boost ramps allow you to get into another level of height. There are 3 platforms with ramps that allow you to navigate through them, and a giant anti-gravity pipe with running water. The 3rd level of height is a plateau with 2 piranha creepers, and a cannon that takes you to the highest level of height. If you continue to the south, you can go underwater. There are pipes shooting currents and you can trick off the ones in the middle. Finally, the lowest level of height has 2 anti-gravity ramps that you can go on to trick off water geysers. For the Wonderflower effect, walking piranha plants come out of the pipes, and a remix of the Piranha Plants on Parade theme from Super Mario Bros. Wonder plays to mirror 2 of the Nitro tracks that also have a Wonderflower effect involving this song.
Luigi wins. Fatality.
We haven't had that many snow battle courses in the Mario Kart franchise, and when we do, they're rarely that inspired. So I think it would be nice to have another one with a mountainous setting, since it's pretty underused in battle mode. And yeah, it's gonna be a Luigi one. Since he didn't get any racetrack in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I wanted to give him a battle course on top of the Nitro track. Without further ado, let's get to the layout. On the South Battle map, I think it would be logical to have a village with houses and a Christmas tree to avoid. Then, just to the north, you can get to the main area of the battle course. There are snowballs falling, an icy lake, and a patch of off-road snow. Then, there are 3 paths that you can take, and it's also possible to alternate between them. The one on the right has half pipes and a zone with a lot of boost panels and wind blowing your way. The one at the center is a cave with a water current and an anti-gravity path with twisty turns. The one on the left is a path with snowy bumps and boost pads. There's also a gyro ramp that you can take. And on the summit of the mountain, there's Luigi's Mansion as it's shown when you complete the game with an S tier rank, for the Wonder Flower effect, a snowstorm blowing your waste thoughts. Some icy clouds that freeze you if you hit them move on the track, and the whole ground becomes slippery.
Wow, that was quick.
Oh, you're right. Gotta do a little something. Man, I should stop procrastinating on writing my script. Yeah, happens again. It's 11 p.m. and I'm genuinely so tired right now.
And then there's Chunky. He's dead.
Next we need a battle course with the jungle/temple theme, and I had an idea to make it more unique. Most jungle/temple tracks are based off of an African style or South American style jungle/temple, and I think we need more new ideas for this theme. So why not have an Indian themed temple instead? It could look a bit like the Taj Mahal with Indian style music and a gorgeous sunrise. Plus, no track or battle course in the Mario Kart series has an actual Indian theme, so it would also be unique. The center of the battle course would be a bridge that interconnects each area. On the left, there is a big palace. It has two staircases with half pipes and a boost ramp. On the south of the battle course, there is an anti-gravity section that has you go on a waterfall, then in a lake with rocks to avoid. Then there is a path that takes you to the east zone. The east area is connected by a path to the center, this aforementioned path to the southern lake, and a path to the north area. It's a maze full of rocks. Finally, the northern area is a wall with a lot of anti-gravity, some split paths, and a trap involving a saw. For the Wonder Flower effect, the whole battle course gets submerged and turns into an underwater themed battle course. Moray eels try to mount you, and water geysers appear for you to trick off while some parts in the palace and in the northern area are collapsing.
I'm feeling like a ghost myself.
Something that I've always wanted to see in Mario Kart game is a haunted desert. Imagine a desert in the night with purple sands, dark and scary music, and the biggest part of the arena is a giant pyramid. This would be really great, and I'm surprised this hasn't appeared in the Mario Kart franchise yet. Let's get to the layout now. The southern part of the battle course is the exterior of the pyramid, with palm tree obstacles and smaller versions of the pyramid. There are also some bridges above quicksands to link some parts of this zone. The pyramid is divided into rooms too. There is a maze-like room with purple walls and a sandy slider taking you to a room with a huge quicksand pit. You must avoid going in the middle of this room, otherwise you'll fall. This room is linked to the exterior. There is also an anti-gravity room on the right with boulders falling and boost pads. In this room, there are also two pyramid obstacles, and you can either jump into quicksand room or go into an anti-gravity path to explore the room in the summit of the pyramid, with boos attacking you and a boos tomb. Then, there's an anti-gravity bridge that allows you to glide toward the south of the battle course. For the Wonder Flower effect, Behemoth appears and multiplies to attack the players throughout the battle course.
Into outer space? Highly unusual.
I think the battle courses need a way to have actual finales in their selection, so I think that having a big bad Bowser course should become a staple for battle courses too. This time, I've decided to make a battle course based off of Bowser's Warped Orbit, which is the final board in Mario Party 8. For short, it's a space station that belongs to Bowser.
Wow, thank you, Captain Obvious.
And I think that a setting like this could contrast well with the Bowser Battle course in the retro section, which is more of a traditional Bowser castle with a volcano. That would come along really nicely, as in the Mario Party series, the Bowser board is almost always either a lava-themed board or a space-themed board. So without further ado, let's get to the layout. The center of the board would be above a giant sun, on a big circular platform. You have two paths that can either take you to the north ship or the south ship. The south ship is a cube, where you can jump to the west ship with ramps or guides to the opposite direction. The west ship is constantly hit by meteors, so you must be careful when navigating on it. It has a guided ramp that takes you to the platform above the giant sun, and an anti-gravity path where you can guide towards the same spot. You can also take ramps to go back on the lower end of the spaceship. The north spaceship has 2 ramps that can take you to the east spaceship or the west spaceship. It also has an anti-gravity wall and a big hole that you can jump over. However, the east spaceship is a giant maze with purple slime that you must avoid falling into, ramps, and a guided section to take you back to the center. There is also a bridge that connects the spaceship to the south spaceship. For the Wonderflower effect, the whole battle course starts spinning, except for the center area. This battle course could be a great way to spice the themes in the Bowser tracks and battle courses a bit more by straying away from the usual castle and lava theme.
These nerves transmit a rainbow of different sensations.
I think that now you're probably wondering why Bowser's Warped Orbit wasn't the final battle course. Well, the reason is simple. Since Mario Kart Super Circuit, the Nitro selection always ended with a Bowser's Castle and a Rainbow Road. So since I planned 2 Retro Battle courses and 2 Nitro Battle courses to be unlockable, I thought it would be a cool idea to have a battle course themed around Bowser, and one taking place in similar environments that the Nitro Rainbow Road I meant for this game as the true finale. So that will be a battle course taking place in Mario's Rainbow Castle from the OG Mario Party, a place that you also go through in my Nitro Rainbow Road, except it will take place at sunset, just like the aforementioned Nitro Rainbow Road. You start the battle inside the tower in the middle of the battle course. The rest of it is split into 4 areas: east, north, west, south. The west area is a rainbow maze, with half-pipes, anti-gravity and boost panels. From here, you can access the north area or the south area. In the north area, there are 8 towers with rainbow colors that are connected by bridges. You can either go to the west area from here, or go to the entrance of the east area. The east area is garden-free. There is a rocky tower with a flower garden that allows you to guide back to the north area, a pot with flowers that are constantly spinning, and a tower that has a bridge that lets you go back to the center area. Finally, the south area is simply a bunch of bouncy clouds. For the Wonderflower effect, a rainbow volcano under the castle erupts, making a lot of rainbow comets destroy part of the course. This would be a very satisfying battle course to unlock after completing the Special Cup, especially since this one is also a callback to Mario Party that might make you nostalgic if you grew up with this game. Well, this video is now over. I had a lot of fun making these battle courses. They may not be as exciting to create as the actual racetracks, especially since we can't make them as level scaled as those, but they were still very fun to imagine. Overall, battle modes are a very overlooked and fun aspect of Mario Kart games in general, and I'll be happy to talk about it in later videos. Sadly, the videos about the base game are already over, but don't expect this series to end now because we're not done yet. The next and final part is gonna be a big one, to allow the series to go out with a bang. See, the base game of Mario Kart 9 may be complete now. We had the retro courses, the characters, items and game modes, the nitro courses, and finally the battle mode. But there's one single aspect that I haven't talked about yet. See, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had 96 tracks, which is so much that it will be very difficult for the next game to follow up in a good way without any DLC. So that's why I added 4 cups to the base game. That way, we would have 48 tracks, the same number as the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe base game. I think you understood what I'm talking about here. In the final part, we'll talk about what could be a DLC for Mario Kart 9. And it's gonna be a long video, since it'll include the characters, the battle courses, and 48 tracks divided in 4 waves of 3 cups. So see you for the final part of this series when I cover the Mario Kart 9 Booster Course Pass.
Goodbye.